Well, welcome to the Mentmore Hall Golf and Country Club, where at the moment it is a glorious day, and hopefully with the aid of Steve Feeney and his box of tricks here, my golf's going to be equally as glorious. Good to see you, Steve.
And you, good to see you, and thanks for the time.
Well, no, not a problem. What have you got for me?
Right, we're going to take you through your paces. You told me already that there's certain aspects in your golf where I know that accuracy is causing problems, and using the SiteRight putting aid, we're going to take you through your paces in your sighting and accuracy, not only on the putting greens, but also in the driving range and when you're chipping. So, Crofty, we're on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Tell me what happens with your putting.
It's more a last waltz than a jig of delight,
Right.
Sadly.
Right, okay. So my steer here would be, let's hit the holes, let's see what you're doing over some straight shots. I'll set you up with maybe 6, 15 and 30 foot straight putts, and we'll see what happens with you.
I'm good to tango then. Let's
Great
go.
stuff, let's go.
Cheers.
A very firm putt, just drive it through. Alright?
So I compensated and went the other way.
Your putter was closed, you pushed it well wide.
See
All right.
that with the way it ended up.
We'll explain why you do that later on.
Excellent. Where do we start then?
Well, I'm going to take you through the 4 steps of SiteRight putting. We've got the SiteRight set up for you with a 5 foot dead straight putt.
Right.
I'm going to want to show you whether or not you're seeing that dead straight putt, both when you're standing, when you're crouching, when you're in your putting stance, okay, and then the final outcome.
Right.
All right.
So standing first.
So standing first. Right, when I uncover the SiteRight, there's 2 lines under there.
Yeah.
If they're not perfectly joined, can you tell me what you see?
They're not perfectly joined.
Right.
The one on the top is slightly to the left of the one on the bottom.
So what I'd like you to do is to turn your head left or right to show the level of error until they're dead straight.
Now they're dead straight.
Okay, so that shows me that you're not sighting through the centre of the golf ball for the straight line of the putt.
That's weird.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is stand evenly balanced
Okay.
to sight that perfectly.
That's now absolutely in a dead straight. Actually,
Right.
that's in a dead straight line there.
Superb. Now let's just keep your feet comfortably together, because when you start to walk in, it makes for better accuracy. Okay.
Okay. So
Fantastic.
walk in.
And now walk in on the shot. And now set up to your normal putting stance.
Okay.
Now what I'd like you to do is to tell me if those lines are perfectly joined again.
No, they're not. They've gone back to being the top one, slightly left of the one on the bottom.
So do you need to lean forwards or backwards to straighten those? Up?
I need to lean backwards.
Right, which indicates that you're a fraction too close to the putt.
So the 2 lines are off centre. I lean back like that. Now I've got one continuous line. But to be honest, Steve, this feels really uncomfortable.
And of course it would, because you were positioned too close to the ball. So now what I'd ask you to do is just move your stance back a fraction so we get balance back into
Like that.
your technique. That's it. But as long as you can see the straight line of aim.
See the straight line of aim.
So what we have you here doing is, in your putting stance, you can now clearly see the direction of the ball in a straight line to the putt. Alright? Now I'd just like you to control the backswing and then just take a nice putt through. Now, what we've seen there is you push the ball out to the right.
But I shouldn't have been doing that because it should have been going straight.
So we'll come to the next step of SiteRight. We, in this step, are going to check 2 things. We're going to check if you set up into your putting stance with the right ball position to ensure that your putter face is square to the way your eyes see a straight line of aim,
Right.
your eye dominance. So what I'd like you to do is just to set up to the SiteRight,
Okay.
and put the putter face perfectly square.
So that should be perfectly square.
So we're looking to check perfectly square face of the putter to the SiteRight lines.
That's right.
So looking down, are those 2 lines perfectly joined in a straight line?
Well, actually they are.
Fantastic. So if we pop the ball here,
That should be a nice straight putt.
that is your unique putting position and ball position.
Just like that.
Great stuff.
I have a ball
Right,
here. We can
okay.
try that. And this is how you putt like Darren Clarke. Line it up. Keeping your eyes firmly fixed on the straight line behind the hole. Walk forward. Get nicely balanced. Into position. And straight into the back of the hole.
But we've been working with pretty straightforward 5-foot dead straight putts.
And I don't often meet myself with pretty straightforward 5-foot putt,
No.
sadly.
And most putts on a green will have some form of break. But the one thing that we do have now is the advantage and the benefit that you can sight perfectly, set up to a putt perfectly in such a way that you can putt dead straight.
Right.
So on the principle that every break in a putt needs to start off straight at the outset, you can now apply your sight right principles to that putt. So we have an 11-foot putt here, so sight this one up dead straight first, and then tell me how you read this putt. But let's set up dead straight first.
Okay. So basically, looking right at the hole, both eyes fully focused, right on the back.
Now,
That's me.
how do you read this putt?
Well, I think it's slightly to the right edge as I'm looking at the hole at the moment.
Okay. So having sighted it dead straight, you're now reading it as a right edge putt.
Yeah.
So now set up to the line of that right edge putt.
Okay, so if I slightly shift my body so I'm still perfectly straight in my stance, and then doing some of that, that should be about the right approach. So much easier if I could take my sight right out into the course whenever I play. But I don't suppose you're going to let me do that, are you?
Beautiful.
This game gets easier and easier. Right, this is my favourite part of the round. Well, favourite part of my golfing experience.
Okay.
Before the round starts, I get the big boy out, I come to the driving range, and I give it a big bash.
Right, okay. So how accurate would you say the driver is?
Absolutely dreadful, but I give it a big bash nonetheless.
Okay, so what we'll do is let's just have a look at the way that you sight the line of aim before driving. Okay, we're going to use the sight right principles the same as we did on the putting green. So I'd like you just to stand behind the drive. We've got the 250 marker up there.
Yep.
Alright, so you sight perfectly dead straight to that 250 marker. We'll see what you're looking at.
The thing is, I never actually look at where I'm aiming when I'm on the driving range. It's all about can this bit hit the little ball and make it go 200 yards. If it does, I'm all right. I know I'm in for a good round.
Okay, well look, let's apply the straight line principles. Let's see what you're doing. So
No
stand
worries.
behind the shot in such a way that you believe you're seeing dead straight the golf ball to the 250 yard marker.
Right. Yep, that's pretty much dead in line now.
Okay, so having a look at the sight right, can you tell me what you see?
I am a little bit, top line is a bit to the left of the bottom line.
So as we've done before, just turn your head so we can see the level of error.
Yeah, well over 250 yards, if I hit it that far, I'm probably going about 30 yards to the right.
Brilliant. Okay, well you wouldn't be happy with that, but it does explain a few things. So what I'd like you to do is again, just stand behind the sight line, perfectly evenly balanced.
Using the side right. There's a common problem whenever I play around a golf is that I can't use my sight right out of the fairway. So that nice approach has landed, well, just to the right of the green.
Okay.
What do I do from here?
Well, the beautiful thing is we're in practice. All right, we've already gone through the accuracy routines for your putting and for your driving, and we've set up the sight right, dead straight in line with the flag. So we can help you learn to follow those same routines in your chipping.
So it's a chip, but I'm treating it like I would a putt in terms of sighting.
Fantastic. So your pre-shot routine is to sight perfectly behind the line of aim that you choose.
Yeah.
We've set it up dead straight for the purposes of this routine. Keep your eyes on that line of aim as you go into the shot. Because you're using a short chipping wedge, when you come into the shot, you can also make sure, just like the putt, that those two lines are perfectly joined, so you're seeing straight down the line of the chip. Okay?
Let's give it a whirl.
How perfect is that? Every time you sight perfectly, set up perfectly, keep your eyes on the line of aim, when in your chipping stance you can see the line of aim, it helps you deliver a pure stroke.
I've taken about 10 shots off my game in the course of one afternoon. The only thing I've got in my sights now is a beer at the 19th. Thank you so much.
Superb.